Dear listeners, this week is Pashas Bechukosai, and the Seder begins with the following words: Im Bechukosai telechu, if you will walk in my laws, in my statutes, if you walk in my statutes or in my laws, u'mitzvosai tishmoron, and you'll observe my mitzvahs. And then the Eternal promises a long list of divine blessings. Now we understand what it means. You will observe the mitzvahs and you will perform them. But what is meant by walking in the laws of the Torah? We understand, we might observe the laws, fulfill the laws, live by them, but what is meant walking in the laws? How do you walk in laws? What's the idea of Bechukosai telechu? We walk in the laws. How do we walk in the laws? What is meant by that expression, Bechukosai telechu, to walk in the laws? We know that there are two approaches of how people understand the idea of Torah. There are some people who try to understand the Torah and bring it down to their level of comprehension. They try to interpret the Torah in a way that it should fit their own level of understanding. And instead of elevating themselves to the level of the Torah, they lower the Torah to their own understanding, which of course is not the proper way of teaching Torah. Torah is divine wisdom, and the whole idea of Torah is beyond human understanding. And our whole obligation is to try to elevate ourselves to the level of Torah instead of bending down the Torah to our level. So this is what the Torah tells us, Im bechukosai telechu. That chukah means is a kind of law that is beyond the human understanding, because it's divine wisdom which you cannot fully grasp. We can try and make an effort to approach our understanding as much as possible to the divine understanding of the mitzvah. But it is impossible for us to fully understand it, but we might approach it in our own mind, in our own understanding. So the only way to make progress in Torah, and which is meant by the word telechu, to make progress and to elevate ourselves, to always go higher and deeper, and not to remain standing stagnant in one place, but to go from higher and higher. That is meant by the word telechu. That is, if we are able to make abstraction of our own understanding, but we try to approach as much as possible the idea of the Torah, and as a result of that we can always go higher and higher, and then it is indeed in Bechukosai telechu, if we understand that it is Bechukosai, which means that the idea of Torah is higher than human understanding because it's a chukah. It is a law of the Rebbeinu Shalom which is ultimately beyond our understanding. Then it is possible to not to remain standing in one place. Then it is possible to go to Lechu, to go constantly higher and higher until we elevate ourselves to get closer to the basic idea of the Torah. And that's why the Torah says, as a rule, in Bechukosai, if you understand that the Torah is a chukah, then telechu, then you can make progress and always go further and further in your grasping of the ideas of Torah. Thank you very much and have a good Shabbos.